Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It is week 7. We're with Outlaw Racing League, and we are at Kokomo, Indiana. Out on the track, the cars are currently qualifying. As always, Clayton is with me in the booth. Clayton, welcome to your show, my friend.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
Grant Wesley at the top of the board, the 88 car, the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. At the top of the board, Jake Henry up to P2, Chris Cox in the 515 P3, 15114 to get it done. Currently out on track is the 09 of Ryan Stillwell. Stillwell's currently sitting fourth behind Chris Cox. Billy Roberts in the 99. It looks like everyone has taken their qualifying laps. Tonight's qualifying. Give me 1 second. Grant Wesley will be the Tight Lines Apparel quick time qualifier for the night. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is made to order from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all of your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping on your order. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram and get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. So it's no odd thing to see that 88 at the top of the board. Jake Henry right behind him there. Clayton, we're getting ready to go heat racing here.
Yeah, absolutely. From the sound of it in the pre-race meeting with these guys, there was a lot of talk about gearing and a lot of talk about the fact that if the car gets a little too close to the wall, there's no way you're going to be able to pull off kind of a wall ride type of line here tonight, which is good to see. iRacing supposedly has made some pretty big improvements on that. So these guys are going to have to drive, and looking at the qualifying, a second difference over the whole field in a 10 lap, even a 50 lap feature. That's going to be a huge difference. So these guys are going to have to take the information they have now, make some big changes, and hope we can tighten it up here as Heat 1 is coming to the grid.
Grant Wesley, Chris Cox on the front row. Billy Roberts on the inside of Michael Vitale in row number 2. Anthony Vitale Jr. is at the rear of the field in the 21. This is the Gears Unlimited Dirt Street Stocks Open setup at Kokomo, Indiana. So I've seen a lot. Last week we saw the midgets at the Chili Bowl, which was super cool on Outlaw Racing. Tonight, the street stocks at Kokomo. I have not seen street stocks run at Kokomo before, but it will be the 88 car. He selects the outside driver out of Evansville, Indiana. He's got Chris Cox, the 515, the Des Moines, Iowa driver, on his inside. Green flag comes out. We are underway. The 88 car, the 515, dives out of line. He's diving for that bottom. 88 car is going to check out on the field.
Yeah, it looked like Chris Cox. Go ahead.
Nope, all you.
Chris Cox just got into it there on the start. We got contact between Chris Cox and Billy Roberts here bringing out the caution, but Chris Cox kind of got on the throttle a little bit too hard there and cost him some spots. Now some contact. It's depending on how this call goes. It's gonna be a change of the game tonight for Chris so far tonight.
There's the 99, gets into the 213. Like the 213 turns him up into the 515. So Chris Cox not having the start to his night that he wanted. Grant Wesley, he checked out on the field. He opened up a big gap. I don't know. Chris Cox diving down low right at the start. looking for that bottom line. Did not work out for him. The 88 car, that is Grant Wesley. He will start on the outside. Again, the leader does get lane choice. We are on lap 3 of 10, getting ready to go green. 88 car on the high side. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Chris Cox, Michael Vitale in the 213. A little bit of contact between Anthony Vitale Jr. and Chris Cox. No EOLs, incidental contact, kind of a racing deal there. On lap 3 of 10, so getting a little bit of a rough go of it here early on at Kokomo.
Yeah, these guys haven't had a lot of practice here, so it's definitely, we love seeing that, changing it up for these guys. They've known it's on the schedule. We don't make the changes mid-season or anything like that, but this is definitely not a common combination here, and these guys are going to have to find the sweet spot, and it looks right now that the 88 of Grant Wesley's the only one to figure it out.
Grant Wesley opens up a big lead over Vitale. Now the 21 car, that's Michael Vitale, or Anthony Vitale Jr., my apologies. He dives down low. He's the only car working that bottom side. Michael Vitale is up into P2. Let's go on board with the 515 of Chris Cox. See what a street stock around Kokomo looks like. See Chris Cox running a little higher line. That is the 99 car of Billy Roberts. Roberts goes up high in 1 and 2. Contact. Roberts able to hold on to it. You saw contact between the 515 and the 99. Billy Roberts dives right back at it. Tried to pull up to the side of the 515. Grant Wesley. Wesley is having a heck of a run. He has pulled out to over a 2.5 second lead on the field over the 213 of Michael Vitale. Chris Cox in P3. Anthony Vitale Jr. in 4. Billy Roberts at the tail end of the field. Yeah, I don't think I've driven a street stock at Kokomo since my official racing days, trying to get to where I could race something else there, Clayton. So yeah, this is not very common. Kind of cool.
Yeah, we love seeing the challenges thrown at these guys, and they still somehow find a way to get one heck of a fast setup, find a very fast line, and put on a really good show by the end of it. I've heard the big block modifieds are a handful here, so looking forward to that one. But these street stocks so far are putting on quite a show. I can't wait for the feature tonight.
Chris Cox makes a pass for P2. Wesley will take the win. Vitale Jr. or Michael Vitale will finish P3. Heat 2 about to take to the grid. Jake Henry, Ryan Stillwell on the front row. Eddie Neal is on the inside of Scott Scheuer on row number 2. That's 09 of Stillwell's teammates with Grant Wesley. Just heard the 171 wants the outside. That's the lane that the 88 started in. Let's see if Ryan Stillwell has anything for the 171. We got 10 laps to go. The pace truck is off. 171 will start the race. Off he goes. Great start by Jake Henry.
Yeah, the way these street stocks are so, momentum dependent, I really think there's not going to be a bottom here tonight. Could make for a single file type of race, and hopefully, we take some notes for the league on this one and get a driver vote for next season if they want to keep it on the schedule. But I really think it is going to be single file tonight, and kind of just who can get the runs where and possibly pull off passes. We saw Chris Cox in the first heat able to do it, so we know it can be done. But definitely going to be top dominant tonight.
Stillwell's making that bottom work in 1 and 2. He can't get the momentum off of 4 like he is off of turn 2, but he's holding his own on the bottom, Clayton.
Yeah, Ryan Stillwell is one of the front runners for the most part of these races. He's in almost anything he gets in. He can find a lot of speed, find momentum that other drivers can't. He can work the slick very, very well. You know, we love having him part of the league. Great guy. And he's always there for other people. So really, really thankful Ryan's part of this.
Yeah, man, part of the animal racing team himself. And Grant Wesley. Matter of fact, Clayton, why don't we pull Grant up to the booth? Hey, Grant, it's Joe in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, great run. We're watching your teammate work the bottom here. Great run. You put a gap on the field. How's the track?
Oh man, the track is awesome. You know, this is a good old Hoosier bull ring. So being a Hoosier myself, I like this place a lot. The track's got a lot of moisture in it still. I know I see Ryan. He's trying to run that bottom in. He likes to run the bottom around this place. The bottom will get fast. You'll see a lot of lane changes through 3 and 4. Um, but yeah, track's progressing, it's starting to slick off a little bit.
All right, man, we're getting ready for a 50-lap feature. We'll see if that bottom comes in. Great heat win.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, man. That was the winner of heat number 1. Now I put him in the wrong room. Don't know where I put him. There he is. 1 lap to go. It is Jake Henry at the front of the field in the 171. The 09 of Ryan Stillwell in P2. Looks like that top line is the place to be as Jake Henry drives the win in Heat 2, followed by Stillwell, Scheuer, and Eddie Neal in the 318. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for our 50-lap feature in the Dirt Street Stocks. These are all open setup cars for tonight in Outlaw Racing League. Get a look at the grid here momentarily. Ryan Stillwell on the inside of Chris Cox. Jake Henry, Grant Wesley in row number 2. Michael Vitale, Scott Scheuer in 3. Anthony Vitale Jr., Eddie Neal in row number 4. And Billy Roberts will round out your field of 9 drivers.
Yeah, Ryan Stillwell just made the announcement. First one to pick the bottom for lane choice. We see Chris Cox having to disconnect and reconnect 3 different times so far ever since his heat race. So
He's going to
We're
miss
rolling
it.
off. He's going to miss it.
He is going to miss the feature. That will move Grant Wesley up on his preferred line. You got teammates, the Animal Racing, starting at the front of the field. Grant Wesley was given, they do invert the top 4. Is that accurate, Clayton?
Yes, we do invert the top 4 for the features. And I think Grant Wesley's going to be pretty dangerous. He just got a huge blessing there. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, you put the fastest car on the outside in his preferred lane. Pace truck is off. We are green. Great start on the bottom side by the 09. Wesley will stay up top. I will assume that those two, since their teammates are running on the same setup, but not necessarily. We will see the 09 holding off the 88 so far. Stillwell hugging that bottom as Grant Wesley runs that high line. Scott Scheuer in the 57 car. He's up to P3. Jake Henry in the 171. We saw him win his heat race. The 213 of Michael Vitale.
Chris Cox did make it. Chris Cox made it, was able to pull off a pit road right as we went green. That's good to see. Full field of guys here tonight.
There is the 515, so he is not a lap down. He will have a chance to get back in the race, trying to catch the 99 of Billy Roberts, currently running in the 8th position. Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21 is behind Eddie Neal in the 318. We got a battle between Jake Henry and Michael Vitale. Vitale running a little bit lower than the 171. I thought we were going to have contact, but we did not. Up front, Grant Wesley now. He's starting to pull away from Stillwell. That's bad news for the rest of the field. As Scheuer throws it in high in 1 and 2. The 171 into the outside fence.
Yeah, Ryan Stillwell put down a 15.349 his best lap last lap. And Grant Wesley's running around right now with a 15.1. So Grant has found some extra speed here so far tonight. We'll see if that top side can hang on for him, or if his teammate in the 09 can work in that bottom like Grant brought up and possibly run him back down.
09, his teammate, continues to run the bottom side. It looks like that 09 dives in there, Clayton, and just stalls on exit.
Absolutely. Ryan's... I don't really see that working with how momentum, driven these cars are, but man, you never know. Ryan may know something that we don't. He might prove us all wrong.
Caution comes out. Anthony Vitale Jr. involved in an incident. Let's take a look. In the 21, pulls up alongside his brother, makes contact with Eddie Neal. Around he goes. So that will bring Ryan Stillwell back to his to the inside of his teammate on lap 9 of 50. There's a look at Grant Wesley in that 88 machine. He's got Ryan Stillwell on the inside. Scott Scheuer in the 57 car will be on the inside of row number 2. 171 of Jake Henry will be on the outside of row number 2. The 213 of Michael Vitale will be on the inside of row number 3. With Eddie Neal to his outside in that 318 machine. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Great start by the 88. 09 is not going to move from that bottom. We're going to go 3 and 4 wide for 3 through the rest of the field. Beating and banging. The 21 makes contact. Will he go around? Yes, he will. Caution comes out. That was a mess at the beginning. You had cars all over the place. 21 behind his brother. That's the 213 of Michael Vitale. 318 looks like he gets loose, or was he diving for the bottom? I'm not sure which.
Yeah, looks like Eddie Neal just kind of makes a dive down to the bottom, almost middle of the track here. Anthony Vitale just gets in there a little too hot, gets into the door of the side of his brother, and tries to save it, overcorrects it, turns it sideways, and stops on the front stretch. That's going to cause Anthony Vitale to go to the back.
21 car into the longest line. As Grant Wesley continues his great night so far at the front of the field, has led from the drop of the green flag. We're only on lap 11 of 50.
Yeah, Chris Cox getting a little lucky with these cautions, starting to pick up a few spots here and there. We may see a run by that 515. We know he's fast. We'll see if he can get to the front, get by a few more guys here.
Yeah, Clayton, I know you have better skills than I. If we can pull Chris Cox into the booth, next caution, let's figure out what's going on with the 515. As the green flag comes back out, the 88 of Grant Wesley. Now his teammate on that inside looks good until exit. That 88 car getting a good run off the high side. As you heard, the driver out of Evansville, Indiana, which is a long way from Kokomo. Kokomo's up north of Indianapolis. Evansville's down at the southern end of Indiana. Nonetheless, still in the same state. Ryan Stillwell in P2, Scheuer 3, Michael Vitale. He's battling on the bottom side. That's his brother, Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21. We're 2x2 in the back of the field as Chris Cox goes around. That will bring out another caution on lap 15 of 50.
Yeah, looks like the 318 of Eddie Neal just comes down into the door of him. Gonna pull Chris Cox up into the booth here in just a second. See if we can't see possibly why he missed the grid and what he thinks it's gonna need, to get done here. Chris Cox, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, bud, we saw you miss the green, man, or miss the grid for the start. Luckily, you didn't go a lap down. That's always a bonus. But man, what happened in the beginning of this one?
Well, my iRacing decided to go crazy, so yep. It was all iRacing. I don't know what was going on with it, but
Awesome. You gotta love technology sometimes, man. What's it gonna take in that 515 to pick up some spots and possibly get, a little bit better point situation to kick off the night?
maybe me just figure out how to run the bottom. Otherwise, just maybe getting up on the top and playing with the gas.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, we'll let you get back to it, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was the driver of the 515, Chris Cox, Des Moines, Iowa driver. Currently running back in P7 as Grant Wesley takes us to the green flag. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Wesley's going to stay on that high side. These street stocks can be a handful when that top slicks off. Not quite as much reaction as a modified or a sprint car in that slick.
Chris Cox has got his hands full in the back right now. Made a few good spots on the last lap coming out of turn 2. He got some incredible momentum and then 4 wide off of the corner of turn 4 last lap. Hopefully Chris can, find a way to get around Anthony Vitale here and pick up some more spots.
Looks like we got a couple cars still trying that bottom. That's the 213 and the 09. 09, don't look now. He's starting to make up some ground on that bottom side as that top slicks off. You can see the slick at the exit of 2 goes all the way out to the wall. Wesley into the outside wall. Ryan Stillwell at the line in the 09. I did not think we would see that tonight, Clayton. Ryan Stillwell from the bottom passes his teammate Grant Wesley.
Yeah, his teammate, Ryan's teammate even said it, that he'd be able to work in the bottom, and we see it right now. Ryan's doing exactly what he said he would be able to do, and hopefully, he can get a little bit more work, a little bit more moisture brought up to the surface there on the bottom. We see Michael Vitale, Anthony Vitale, Billy Roberts, Jason Henry. They've all moved down to the bottom. So I think these guys behind Ryan are starting to see what he's able to do. Possibly the more tires on the bottom, the quicker it works in. We'll see if Ryan Stillwell can't turn this race around and make it a bottom dominant night.
Yeah, man, monkey see, monkey do. Let's see if we can't go. No, we can't. We're on board. Let's go on board with the 57 of Scott Scheuer as he's trying to pull in on that 21 car. You can hear him in the cockpit playing with that throttle. As I see up front there, we got a battle for the lead between Stillwell and Grant Wesley. Grant Wesley running high in 1 and 2. He's coming down on his teammate's door in 3 and 4. Eddie Neal involved in an incident. Let's take a look.
Yeah, Eddie Neal just catches the tires there a little bit too sideways going into the corner and caught that inside tire. Man, they're not fun. We hear him blow the motor on impact. That's not good to see. That is his second EOL for the night. So Eddie Neal will have to park it for the rest of the street stocks.
You do get 2 EOL penalties, and you are done for the night in that division. He does have the big block mods and the pro late models coming up. We are on lap 25. We saw Grant Wesley finally change his lane there. I'm not certain that turn 2 is going to hold on much longer. There is a piece of slick in the exit of turn 2 that goes all the way out to the wall. I'm not sure that there's any traction there.
Yeah, don't look now, but Chris Cox, right after we talked to him, was able to find a way around here, worked all the way up to 3rd. Chris Cox making the top work. Gonna get some pressure here on the 09 over Ryan Stillwell. We'll see if Chris Cox can't make a late race charge to the front.
Riding on board with the 515, that is Chris Cox. As you see Stillwell, Cox closing in on Stillwell and the 88 car of Grant Wesley. Let's go on the right rear and see what it looks like where they're running. Cox right up against the wall. That is turn 3. This is what I'm worried about. Turn 2, that slick goes all the way out to the wall. Grant Wesley, now he moves down to the middle in 3 and 4. Still holds off his teammate, Chris Cox, up to P3. Michael Vitale up to P4. Looks like the 171 right below us was involved. Henry gets into the 21. Looks like he locks it up. Street stocks do not turn very easily. Grant Wesley continues to lead the field. On lap 31 of 50, so we are getting down there. We will get a word with your top 3 at the conclusion. That top 2 did not want to see that caution come out and bring the 515 to their rear bumper.
No, absolutely not. Chris Cox kind of needed it. The top 2 ran away. We'll see if Chris can't change his approach here and maybe keep them in his crosshairs, stay up with those 2 guys. But the front 2, definitely, all you want to do is go green, check out, get an easy victory. This is going to heat things up big time.
We are on the rear bumper of Grant Wesley. Actually, we are under the hood there of Chris Cox for a moment. As the 09 of Stillwell continues to work the bottom. Wesley goes to the middle in 3 and 4. Continues to run high in 1 and 2 on lap 32 of 50. Chris Cox, he is the same book. It looks like he's all up top. 21, 213, 99 down low.
Anthony Vitale slides up in front of Chris Cox and puts on a block for P3. We'll see if Anthony can't make a spot up here and keep Chris behind him.
Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21 machine moves up to P3. Chris Cox losing ground on that high side. I think that top is just about gone. I see some tack up in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are about done. There is some grip entering. It's exiting where the issue, I think, is. Chris Cox up to P4. He's going to battle it out with Michael Vitale in the 213. Those two are going to go side by side. 21 car gets loose in front of them. The Vitale brothers in the 213 and the 21 battling it out, trying to keep Chris Cox in the 515 car behind him on lap 36 of 50.
Yeah, Anthony's brother Michael right behind him is such a bottom dominant guy. He's putting pressure right now on Chris Cox for 4th place. We'll see if Michael can't do what he does best and pick up 4th off of Chris Cox's hands.
213 slides up, gets super loose in turn 2. Loses ground to the 515. Grant Wesley, he's able to hold on to that front spot. Still running high in 1 and 2. Stillwell has not moved off the bottom all night so far in the street stocks. Billy Roberts in the 99, currently running in P6. Scott Scheuer in the 57 car. He's in battle with Jake Henry in the 171. That is for P7. At 57 also goes up high in turn 2, loses his momentum, able to recover, pulls up in front of the 171. Michael Vitale, Chris Cox falls back to P4 as Vitale Jr. gets up into the wall. Can't do that too many times with the new damage model that was previously spoke about. Grant Wesley still at the front of the field with his teammate right to his rear bumper.
Yeah, Michael Vitale a few laps back almost pulled an incident like Eddie Neal, almost made contact with the inside tires, had to lock it down. Lost a ton of ground on Chris Cox and Anthony Vitale for that final podium battle that he was involved with. I think it'll take a late race caution for him to get back up there, but the way these guys are driving right now, the battles we still have going on, even 45 laps into this, you never know what could happen in these last 5.
Animal Racing drivers at the front of the field, pulling away from the field as Anthony Vitale tries to close that gap. Chris Cox is running in P4. Michael Vitale is the final driver in the top 5. Working lap 47 of 50. Wesley and his teammate Ryan Stillwell putting on a clinic up front. Jake Henry gets loose in front of the leaders on lap 49 of 50. That will bring the field back to the leaders. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout. They really didn't want to see that. Here we go, Clayton.
Yeah, that's the second one for Jason Henry tonight. He's going to park it as well. He'll finish out in 8th tonight.
Grant
yeah,
Wesley, Stillwell did not want that caution to come out to bring that 21 car to their rear bumper. Chris Cox is now back in the mix. Your top 5 all under a blanket to get started here. Does anyone have anything for the 88? Can the 09 get by the 88? And the final podium position, the 21 car. Chris Cox makes contact trying to get a jump. Ryan Stillwell, he's going to dive down low as he has all night. Anthony Vitale is down there with him on lap 49 of 50. Looks like Wesley is going to clear the field. 1 to go.
Anthony, another aggressive block on that 515 of Chris Cox. Looks like he's going to put another one on Chris here. Kristen diving underneath him for the final podium spot. Out of 4, Anthony Vitale holds on to P3.
Woo, that was close at the line. Vitale, Stillwell, Wesley, your top 3. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. Anthony Vitale Jr. It was in the back of the field, the front of the field, the back of the field, all over the place tonight. We'll see if we can't get the driver of the 21 car up into the booth here as soon as they get their podium photo done for tonight. That is the 21 car. Go ahead, Clayton. Sorry
about that. Anthony, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was impressive out of you. 7th to 3rd. Oh, we thought maybe you were going to have something for Ryan Stillwell on that last restart. Man, how good did that 21 feel? It looked like it looked like a fast car tonight. Did it feel as good as it looked on the broadcast?
It definitely came around at the end of the race. But I could have probably pushed the issue a little bit more on Stillwell, but I definitely would have taken him out going into 1. So I checked up a little harder than I wanted to. And then I knew I had that 515 right behind me. I was going to have to do something about him. So I slid up the track. He gave me a nice shot going into 1. And I was able to hold him off when he dove to the inside coming off of 4.
Yeah, we saw a few aggressive blocks, you could say, but nothing out of racing, out of the lines of racing. And having 1 EOL already on the book, I'm glad you were able to dial it back, settle with a P3. Good points tonight, man. Who do you got to thank on that 21 car getting it done?
I'll thank everybody on the Vitale Motorsports team and Murano Racing, Billy Roberts, everyone, my brother, for helping me out with these setups, because I'm definitely not used to running these kind of cars or the next class, but hopefully we'll be on the podium for the big blocks.
Alrighty, man. Congratulations on a P3 finish. Great run.
Thanks a lot, man.
Ryan Stillwell in the 09 stays at the front of the field all night. Started out on the pole, fell back 1 to his teammate. Ryan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a great run. We watched you all night. You were glued to the bottom, and you never faltered from that. Man, walk us through your night.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much from this onset, I had a plan of just being around the bottom. I knew a lot of guys would go up top and maybe hit the wall or mess up their steering, and I was just hoping not to get a tire. And I decided I was just going to go catfishing all night long. And you know what? They were biting.
Yeah, man. So late race really came in. You actually pulled in front of your teammate there a couple of times running on the exit of turn 4. Man, absolutely awesome run by that Animal Racing number 09. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I got to thank my teammates, Grant Wesley, Scott Schroyer, Rick Gibson, for all the help and everything every week. I got to thank you for putting on a great broadcast, as always, Clayton, for being a great admin guy, and Gears Unlimited and all the sponsors tonight that put this thing on, because it's a blast, and I think we have some really good racing.
Yeah, man, I agree. Wish you the best of luck in the big block mods.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, man. Clayton, you catch up with our winner?
Yes, sir. Grant Wesley, it's Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, seeing your lap times during qualifying and practice, I thought it was going to be a check out and drive away with it, but Ryan Stillwell, your teammate with Animal Racing, was able to keep you kind of on your toes all night long, man. Did you think you were going to give up P1 to Ryan at any point tonight?
Oh yeah, I was definitely questioning it. Ryan, he's always really good here around the bottom. In fact, anywhere we go, he's pretty strong on the bottom side. And this track, it's just so awesome. It has a good top side, it's got a good bottom side, and it just creates awesome racing. I know my spotter was working overtime. Every single lap, I'd hear inside clear, and no better person to race with like that than your own teammate.
Absolutely, man. Who do you got to thank on that 88 machine tonight?
Yeah, I like to thank my teammates at Animal Racing. Ryan, good podium there. I'd like to thank you, Clayton, for doing the admin controls and everything you do. I'd like to thank Joe with Got Your Six Racing Network, one of the best broadcasters in the business. I'd like to thank A&J Landscaping, Gears Unlimited, Vitaly Motorsports, and Tight Lines Apparel for all that you do. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Absolutely, man. Got you some money to start off the night. Pole award and the feature win. Hopefully we're talking to you again at some point tonight. Great job.
Yep, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, Clayton, there are the street stocks. We're about to go with the big block modified and see how some horsepower does on Kokomo. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we will be with the big block modifieds right here at Kokomo.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, And this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And then when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
One, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
One, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you.
see.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you, and I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win. And CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we're committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
Welcome back. It is time for Tight Lines Apparel qualifying. You thought the street stocks were exciting? We're going to quadruple that horsepower. We're here with the big block modifieds right here back at Kokomo. Rick Gibson in the audience tonight. Rick, thank you very much, sir, for your support. Called out the win by Grant Wesley earlier in the night. Really appreciate you tuning in, Rick. Chris Cox out on the track, currently with your quick time, 12:869 for the 515 car. Driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, at the top of the board, 12:869, 12:853 for the quick time. Eddie Neal, that was Eddie Neal in the 318 putting up the 12:853, moving Chris Cox down to P2. 318 of Eddie Neal is on a roll in that Gears Unlimited ride. Scott Scheuer in the 57 out on track. He's currently fourth quick, 13:006. Here comes the 88 of Grant Wesley, driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Rick tells us he says this is his favorite track. So we're about to see how he does here in the big block modifieds to put on a clinic in the street stocks. Let's see if those boys have the same setup, that Animal Racing crew. Wesley coming off of currently 6th quick, 12:978. 171 of Jake Henry, currently 6th quick, 12:939 for the 171. Grant Wesley, top of the board, 12:853. Indiana driver to the top of the board. Jake Henry still out on track, 7th quick. Wesley will knock Eddie Neal down to P2. Wesley going for his second quick time award of the night. Ryan Stillwell, Animal Racing driver in the 09 out on track. Can Stillwell match his teammates? Stillwell has finally moved off the bottom. He's been on the bottom all night in a street stock. Big blocks a little bit different down there. 6 quick for Ryan Stillwell. Anthony Vitale Jr., the only car that has not taken to the track thus far.
Yeah, Grant Wesley and Eddie Neal are sharing a 12.853 for qualifying. Well, for the first time ever, I think we're gonna have a double pole award.
Got to be a coin toss, or a double pole award sounds better to me if I'm a driver, especially if I'm one of the
Absolutely.
pole recipients. Yeah, man. Waiting on Anthony Vitale. I'm not sure where the 21 car is. I'm not sure how iRacing does that, Clayton. If they get equal qualifying, I think it's the car that goes out last. I'm not sure. Vitale Jr. just reporting in that he did qualify and touched the wall on both qualifying laps. So everyone has qualified. We are getting ready to go heat racing. Grant Wesley, Eddie Neal, Chris Cox, Billy Roberts, Scott Schroyer, your top 5. Can anyone stop Grant Wesley tonight there, Clayton?
I see a lot. I see 12.8 from the top 5. I don't think Grant Wesley. My apologies. I don't think Grant Wesley's going to have an easy run tonight. I don't see Chris Cox. I know Billy Roberts can get it done in a modified. He does it day in and day out, running officials. I think there's a couple heavy hitters that have qualified a little too close for Grant Wesley's comfort. This is going to be a good tight race.
Yeah, man, can't wait to get underway. We are about 15 seconds from going green for the first heat race. Those of you who have tuned in, still feeling a little bit under the weather, but we're getting better. Heat 1, we find Grant Wesley, Chris Cox on the front row, Scott Schroyer, Jake Henry in row number 2, and Anthony Vitale Jr. will round out your field of 5 drivers in Heat 1, number 1. I am going to assume, I'm going to make a wild guess here, Clayton, Grant Wesley will take the outside.
Yeah, I believe as soon as I make the announcement here, I think we're going to hear I'm taking the top coming from that 88 car.
Big shout out to that 88.
There it goes.
As he has the Got Your 6 Racing Network logo on board. Greatly appreciated. Got Your 6 Racing Network is racing for awareness of veterans issues. 22 of veterans a day take their own life, which is 22 too many. You'll notice we do play promos throughout the night from organizations doing great things for veterans. So greatly appreciate Grant for running the GY6RN on board.
Grant
As
Wesley
we go underway,
the bottom.
Grant Wesley did take the bottom. Chris Cox is slinging it high on the outside. The 515 up high. The 88, what's he doing running the bottom?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the teammate talk got to him. Maybe he thought the bottom. I wouldn't go down there until the feature, but he's going to pay for it. Chris Cox clearing him, driving away, and it looks like Scott Schroyer, if he can put together a couple good corners, Scott door-to-door with him right now, I think Scott Schroyer can pick up P2. We're going to see Grant fall back if he can't get to the top.
Man, I'm wondering, he's won the pole award, so there is no money for heats. Is that correct?
No money for heat races. No.
I'm wondering if he's not running the bottom for that feature payout.
Yeah, it could be. I thought maybe the only thing I could think was maybe he falls to second, and if he could maintain second when we invert top 4 for the heat rate or for the feature, that would put him on the front row for the feature. But he has dropped back to 3rd now, so he's going to be starting 5th right now where he is. If he can get back around Scott in that 57, he will be on the front row for the feature.
You can see his hands inside that cockpit are super busy. He's wheeling the 88 car around the high side. Will he slide down low? He moves to the middle, trying to find a way around the 57 car of Scott Schroyer. Scheuer in P2. You saw Wesley and Jake Henry pounded that wall entering into turn 1. Now Wesley pulls up to the rear bumper of that 57.
How about the tire smoke that the sim has put in the most recent update? When these guys make wall contact, a big puff of smoke goes out. That could possibly lead to some tire damage, some wheel damage. Who knows what's new with this damage model? But these guys keep running up top the way they are. We're gonna find out real quick.
Wesley trying to get it done, can't quite do it. He dives underneath the 57 at the last lap. It will be Cox, Scheuer, Wesley, Henry, and Vitale Jr. Heat 2 taken to the grid. Eddie Neal, Billy Roberts on the front row. Ryan Stillwell, Michael Vitale in row 2. Eddie Neal is the quick time qualifier for tonight. Got 8 laps to get it done, or 10 laps.
Yeah, we've got almost a full Outlaw racing team field right here for this heat race. The only oddball out of it is Ryan Stillwell in the 09. We'll see what these Outlaw guys can do.
Yeah, man, we're a little red, white, and blue. I gotta respect that. Love seeing that out on the track. That is awesome. Those paints put together. Green flag is out. We're underway. Eddie Neal at the front of the field in the 318. Not real sure what happened there.
Yeah, front row was just a little too fast. Had the whole field a little too quick. I know these guys want to get going and such, but just too quick coming to the green there. Gonna re-rack and try it again.
So there you have it. That is from race control. As we line them up, get ready to go one more time. It will be Eddie Neal on the outside of the 99 of Billy Roberts as they try to catch up to the pace truck. Pace truck has exited. We're on board with the 09 of Stillwell as he tries to get underneath the 99 of Billy Roberts. His hands aren't so busy down on the bottom as he drives around Kokomo, home of Griffiths Air Force Base, or Air Force Station now. I guess it is a reserve base up in northern Indiana. Eddie Neal in the 318 at the front of the field. He's got his teammates in line behind him. That is Billy Roberts and Michael Vitale. Are lined up behind that 318 machine.
Yeah, Eddie Neal showing tremendous speed right now. Putting down laps just as fast, almost faster than Grant Wesley did in Heat Race 1. Eddie Neal could be a contender for tonight's feature win.
That is the 318 of Eddie Neal. Let's go on a far chase look at the 318. As he's at the top of 3 and 4, right on the cushion. Eddie Neal in the 318 showing the boys how to get it done in Heat 2. Gets up into that outside wall just a touch.
Billy Roberts climbed the wall off of turn 2 that last lap too. Michael Vitale caught him.
Again, these are open setup cars. So everybody is on their own setup. Eddie Neal pulls out over a second, almost second and a half over Billy Roberts. Michael Vitale Stillwell. He's going to stay down low and pound that bottom into submission. 1 lap to go. Eddie Neal takes the white flag.
Eddie Neal, Billy Roberts, Michael Vitale, and Ryan Stillwell for the Heat results.
We will go to a quick break here momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Here we go. We're getting ready for your 50-lap feature. We'll get a look at the grid here momentarily as iRacing cycles through. Billy Roberts, Scott Scheuer on the front row. Eddie Neal, Chris Cox in row 2. Grant Wesley, Michael Vitale in 3. Jake Henry, Ryan Stillwell in row number 4. Anthony Vitale Jr. will round out your field of 9 drivers. Tonight's Big Block Modifieds brought to you by A&J Landscaping. Matter of fact, just put them up on the screen. Forgot to put my logos back up. Made a few corrections tonight. A&J Landscaping brings you the Big Block Modifieds right here at Kokomo as we get ready to go green. Billy Roberts will roll off. He selects the outside 50-lap feature. I assume this will go by a little bit quicker than the street stocks, Clayton.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think seeing these guys, they had a lot of wall contact, though, so that could play into effect as we see Michael Vitale almost get into the back of his teammate Eddie Neal on that 318. These cars are a lot faster, but with speed comes more danger, takes more awareness, so we'll see if these guys can keep it clean tonight.
Billy Roberts at the front of the field. Scott Scheuer in the 57 in P2. Chris Cox in P3. Eddie Neal in the 318 in P4. Michael Vitale under attack. You saw the 88 and the 9 is teammate. That is Ryan Stillwell. Go by on the bottom side. Those two are getting that bottom to work. As Grant Wesley gets back to the high side after running the bottom, he moves into the top 5, right where he started in P5. As Billy Roberts starts to take it a little lower in 1 and 2, and he will take it down in the middle in 3 and 4. Chris Cox on the high side. They make contact. Scheuer and Cox make contact. The 88 of Wesley gets into the outside wall. Chris Cox up to P2. Billy Roberts thinks more of it and gets back to the outside as Chris Cox made a pass a couple of cars on that high side.
Yeah, I think Billy's starting to see that the slick is not so fun in these. Billy, we've got a caution.
Looks like Michael Vitale involved in the 213. Eddie, that's the Vitale brothers, the 21 and the 213. Nothing happened there. There he gets in the back of his brother, the 21 car. That 21 car of Anthony Vitale drives a small block modified up in New York in real life. Like to follow along what they have going on. Michael cruised that car with his brother and their dad. So super cool family operation up there in New York. Not so much here on iRacing as the two get into each other. What lane?
Billy Roberts sticking to the bottom here.
He is. I was just going to say, what lane will he choose? Billy Roberts in the 99 stays at the bottom and will get a good jump. He'll jump outside in front of the 515. Grant Wesley trying to move up to P3. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Contact made. That's... Grant Wesley makes contact with the 57 of Scheuer. Got in there a little bit hot. That will move the 88 to the rear of the field, I'm going to assume. Comes off a turn 4. I'm not sure. 57 was coming down. 88 was down there. We'll see what Clayton calls here.
Yeah, 57 just comes down into the 88. Tough break. Scott Scheuer and the 57 is going to go to the back.
So Billy Roberts holds the lead. Chris Cox up 2. He's in P2 in the 515. Eddie Neal. Ryan Stillwell has moved up 4. He is in P4.
Ryan Stillwell gets one of his first shots up top. We'll see what that 09 can do on the top side. We've seen him, as he said, catfishing in the street stock race all race long. He's now forced to start up top. See what he can do.
Billy Roberts will take us to the green flag. He was able to clear the 515. And he will do so once again as he gets to the outside in front of the 515 of Chris Cox. 09 did not stay outside long, and he loses a position to Eddie Neal. Now Jake Henry in the 171 trying to battle. Oh, contact between brothers once again. Brothers Vitale. That's going to be an interesting dinner conversation. The 213 with the 21. There's the 21 coming into the screen now. 21 dives down low, slides underneath the 213. They make a little bit of contact there. Both are able to drive away. Here comes...
213 just comes down.
Oh, the 213 does come down. Gets up in front of... Up into the outside fence. Billy Roberts still at the front of the field.
Michael Vitale, unfortunately, has to park it. That is his second EOL tonight.
Vitale in the 213, done for the night in the big block modifieds. As pace truck will exit this time by. Billy Roberts started from the pole. He's held the pole all race long. Lap 11 of 50. Getting ready to go green. Coming out of turn 3. Coming out of turn 4. The 515 able to pull even, and we got a mess. Not a great start for some. .318 up into the 9, coming to the flag. Doesn't leave Stillwell any room. The 21 car gets in the back of the 09. The 171 is there. The 57 piles in, nowhere to go.
Tough break for Eddie Neal up front all race long, contending, and now one simple slide out of the right rear coming to the green causes both of them to go to the back.
Chris Cox able to take over the lead that last go round on lap 12 of 50. Pace truck is off. Chris Cox takes the outside. Oh, the 99 car gives him the right rear. And we have more contact at the flag stand. That is Michael Vitale. No, my apologies. That's Jake Henry that is shuffled out. Billy Roberts up front. Got Chris Cox in hot pursuit. Grant Wesley has battled back. The 88 car has moved up into a podium position. He's running high in 3 and 4. Looked like he went down low in 1 and 2 last time by. He will keep it up high as his teammate Ryan Stillwell continues to run the bottom side in that 09 machine. Chris Cox all over the rear bumper. Let's go on the nose cam of that 515. Excuse me, as he pulls up. Now Chris Cox, slide job coming. Crossover from Billy Roberts, couldn't have timed it any better. Almost left the door open for the 88 car of Grant Wesley. Now Wesley comes off the bottom. He'll take P2. Wesley and Cox side by side at the line. Wesley not able to get back to the outside line. Finally gets out there. Chris Cox goes down low. Will Wesley be able to get by now? Great battle for the lead. Roberts, Cox, Wesley battling it out on the high side here in Kokomo, Indiana. Caution comes back out. Anthony Vitale Jr. May have been involved in that 21 car. Gets into the outside wall. Trying to run the bottom. The wheel is turned. The car is not turning. As he goes around. What a great battle at the front of the field. We are on lap 20 of 50. Pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go back to green. 6 cars left in the field. Jake Henry, Michael Vitale seem to have parked it for the night. Caution comes back out quick. I don't know if we'll have any cars left at the end of this, Clayton.
I don't know, man. I know these guys are running.
That is the 09 of Stillwell. Gets tapped by the 318. .318 done for the night. So there goes another one. We are going single file on lap 21 of 50. Five cars left on the field. Great start by Billy Roberts. Billy Roberts opens the lead over the 515 of Chris Cox. Grant Wesley in P2. Anthony Vitale Jr. in P4. That was close. Wesley coming down and trying to get underneath the 515. They're going to take it 3 wide at the exit of turn 2. Chris Cox gets into the outside wall. Wesley will close in on the tail of that 515 as the 9 and 21, they battle along on that inside.
Yeah, almost 4 wide there off of turn 2 that last lap. These guys are battling.
3 wide coming off of turn 2. Wesley, Cox, and Stillwell. Lap 25 of 50.
The more these guys race each other this hard, the easier it's going to get on Billy Roberts, able to pull away almost. But if these guys can kind of, sort it out and be patient. Looking like they're able to sort it out now. Ryan Stillwell starting to put on pressure to Billy Roberts here for the lead.
Stillwell back on the bottom. We saw him down there in the street stocks. Billy Robert able to take over the lead back at the edge of the end of the straightaway. The 09 with the lead at the flag stand. Stillwell moved the 09 Animal Racing driver up to P1. His teammate, he's running that high side. The 88 car, that is Grant Wesley, driver out of Evansville, Indiana, battling it out with Billy Roberts. Oh, Chris Cox up on the wall. Billy Roberts, owner-operator of Gears Unlimited out of Independence, Missouri. So we have drivers from all over the nation. That is the great thing about iRacing. Anthony Vitale Jr. is from New York. Chris Cox is from Des Moines, Iowa. All these gentlemen, I would say, sitting in their houses, but they're probably at the edge of their seats or their sim rigs, whatever they may be operating in. Ryan Stillwell with the lead. Animal Racing 1-2. You got Stillwell down low. Wesley up high. Wesley starting to eat into that lead a little bit, Clayton. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Looks like the exit of 4 is strong on the bottom. Exit of 1 or 2, not so much. Wesley able to close the gap in the backstretch.
Yeah, Ryan Stillwell's made that car so bottom dominant. Grant Wesley, every time he gets up there, it seems Stillwell just finds even more speed on the bottom. But I really think with everybody still up top, Ryan Stillwell's on the freshest surface right now. I think that top's going to wear away for Grant Wesley, and Ryan Stillwell will be able to pull it out.
I'm telling you, if Wesley would change to running the top in 1 and 2 and the bottom in 3 and 4, I think he would have something for his teammate. He closes the gap right there at the entrance of 3. He loses it at the exit of turn 4. Stillwell, Wesley battling it out at the front of the field. Billy Roberts falls back to P3. Animal Racing putting on a clinic as the 515 gets sideways, sitting in the middle of turn 3.
Yeah, looked like Chris Cox caught the wall on the backstretch and rolled it 4 times into the entrance of turn 3 there. Chris Cox going to go to the back here with significant damage. Hopefully he's got a faster barrier.
That's the second time Chris Cox has hit that little jutty there sticking out right before the entrance of turn 3 as the 515 goes for a tumble. Let's look at that from the driver's seat here. coming out of turn 2. You can see him adjusting on the wheel there. You can see that little jetty right there. The car in front of him just went by it, just hits that outside, gets into the wall, and we go for a ride. Brian Stillwell at the front of the field. Going green this time by. 5 cars left in the hunt here as the pace truck just now goes by the flag stand. Field a little bit behind the pace truck. Stillwell working the bottom was able to move up to the lead. Green flag is out. Stillwell takes us to green. 09 car with a great restart. His teammate, that is Grant Wesley, on the outside. Stillwell continues to run the bottom. Matter of fact, let's look at the left front of Stillwell. See how close he's coming to those tires as he slides down low. That's his teammate up there. That is Grant Wesley in the 88. Stillwell getting it done on the bottom at Kokomo. The rest of the field in chase. He's about got that 9 car sideways. No need for new left side tires next week as he's not using that left side tire very often here at Kokomo as he carries it through the back stretch and 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. Grant Wesley starting to make up a little ground here. On lap 44 of 50, we're getting down there. Will Wesley be able to pass his teammate and go for a second win of the night? Lap 45 of 50. Stillwell, Wesley, Roberts, Vitali Jr., and Chris Cox still in the hunt for a win in the big block modifieds at Kokomo. Wesley continues to run the high side. 09 continues to run the bottom. They are about even every time. I am looking at that last tire at the entrance of turn 3 to judge where these cars are. Right about there. Looks like Stillwell was able to move up a little bit. Lap 48 of 50. Stillwell digging the bottom. Grant Wesley on top. Two to go. Oh, Wesley now dives down low. Let's go on board with those with the 88 as he tries to track in his teammate. 3 and 4, good XL. He may have made contact with that inside tire. So Stillwell running the bottom all night. Wesley tries to go down, not used to the bottom. Stillwell to the flag stand, 09 for the victory, followed by Wesley and Billy Roberts. Great race to the end.
Yeah, I was seeing a lot of tire smoke off the back of Grant Wesley I know it's hard at times, but they're gonna have to look into that one and see if there was a wall ride of any kind, because it was lap after lap, even after messages were sent. So there could be some possible post race towards Grant here.
We will see how that plays out. The good thing is, all we have to do up here is broadcast. So we will see what Clayton comes up. He's double dutying it tonight. And Clayton, as always, my brother, thank you for coming up in the booth. He's in the booth with us Friday nights, Tuesday nights. He's going to become a one-man show here before too long, doing the admin thing, and also broadcasting. So we will get a word with Billy Roberts as soon as he is available. Did you get to your podium shot?
I'm in the process right now. There we go.
Looks like I got Billy Roberts in that 99 machine. Billy Roberts, all night, he falls back to, started from the pole in that 99 machine. He's able to bring it home on the podium. Billy, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, these things look like a handful at Kokomo. Walk us through your night, man.
Man, I felt like a pinball out there. I was all over the place.
You know, we all have those nights, my brother. However, you still brought it home on the podium. Big block modifieds on Kokomo. I have to say, these last two cars, I've never experienced at Kokomo. So this is a little bit different. But, man, you got it done. Did you have anything for Wesley or Stillwell if the race were to continue?
No, not at all. I mean, if I stayed atop, I might have been able to keep them back, but no, they're way faster than me.
Yeah, man, you still brought home a podium finish, my brother. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
Oh, all my Outlaw racing teammates, you, Joe, for broadcasting it, Clayton for doing the race control, and Gears Unlimited, of course, my sponsor, Vitaly Motorsports, Eddie Neal Enterprises, A&J Landscaping, just all the buddies that we race with.
Yeah, man. And I got to send a big shout out to you. You support a ton of stuff on the sim and in real life, man. Greatly appreciated, my brother. And congratulations on the podium.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. Clayton, you got Grant Wesley?
Yes, sir, I do. Grant's Clayton in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, bud. We're watching you lap after lap make contact with that wall, and we try to tell everybody to stay off the wall. Was it fighting the slick up there, or were you able to kind of go up there and see if there was an advantage of any kind? And what was going on with all that wall contact up there, bud?
Yeah, that top side got super thin, and that's just with these cars around this track. It just whenever you run the top, I mean, you're just on the razor's edge, and you can't slide a piece of paper between that right rear and that wall sometimes, and sometimes you do get into it, but that's all part of it. Ryan, man, he ran an awesome job or awesome race. He ran the bottom, did a little catfishing, and he did what he does best there. And congratulations to him on that win.
Absolutely. Joe brought it up, man. If you would have changed your line to the top in 1 and 2 and the bottom in 3 and 4, you looked faster out of 2, but something about out of 4, man. Was there a slick patch you were struggling with?
Yeah, it's just the cushion was just so thin. And there's a little right there in turn 3, right by the scoreboard. There's a little spot where the wall jets out, and you will catch that every time if you're just a little bit over your bounds. So that's what I was struggling with a little bit. I was trying to do the cut down line off of 4. I felt like that was working pretty good for me. I just wasn't able to gain enough, and I was just running at razor's edge. And Ryan, he just, he was half throttle around the bottom, and it was just a much easier road down there.
Absolutely, man. Well, once again, we're in the booth talking to you. We're gonna have a 3-peat interview for the late models.
I hope so. Yeah, I'd love to get back on the podium.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations. Who do you got to thank on that 88?
Yeah, just thank everyone that puts this league on. You, Clayton, and Joe for doing the broadcast. Like to thank A&J Landscaping, Gears Unlimited, Vitaly Motorsports, and Tight Lines Apparel. If you're watching this, there's no reason why you can't support these guys that support us. So, but yeah, thanks to my teammates at Animal Racing, my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Well, congratulations on another finish up front, man. Hope to see you again.
Yep, thanks.
Ryan Stillwell in the 09, the Animal Racing driver, moves up 7 from his starting position. Ryan, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you.
Man, that was absolutely amazing. That 09 car stuck to the bottom all night. The horsepower in the big blocks did you a little better than the horsepower in the street stocks. Walk us through your night, man. What a night you had.
I mean, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable the first part of the night with quality and everything, and I resigned myself to, hey, stick to the game plan. We're gonna go catfishing. We're gonna see if we can catch one. And it worked out. I mean, I was babying that thing. I was never more than 60% throttle down the front stretch. I could have had a 358 motor in that thing tonight and been fine. It was hooked up, but you just didn't need it to be fast. And luckily, it came in. And hey, tonight's catfish dinner tonight. So
yeah, man. Where are you from?
Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas. Well, they do a lot of catfishing in Wichita, Kansas. I was stationed in Missouri for 8 years, and I know we did a lot of catfishing in Missouri. So catfishing can be absolutely beneficial. You came up with a big one tonight as you pulled the 09 into victory lane. Animal Racing 1-2 in the big block modifieds, my friend. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
I pretty much said it last time, man. All my teammates, Grant, Scott, Rick, Zane, all those guys that help me every week. You for putting on one of the best broadcasts out there. Clayton for being a heck of a race control, and all the sponsors that put this thing on. Gears Unlimited, AJ's, Vitali Motorsports, all those guys. Without them, this wouldn't happen, and I'm so glad that they did because it's a great group of guys to run with.
Yeah, man. Is Rick Gibson one of your teammates?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Giving you great shout outs on the broadcast tonight. So that's great to see, man. Teammates cheering on teammates. That's what it's all about. Great run by you, man. Congratulations on the victory. So let's back that up in the pro late models. Let's do this one more time.
That's the game plan.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will step away momentarily. Clayton, what a great race the big block modifieds brought us. A little bit more horsepower on the track and quite a bit of action. Final thoughts?
Oh, man, it was definitely a lot more two-lane racing that time. We were able to see guys battle and run different lines and still run such similar lap times. Awesome to see 2 pole awards. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen a couple thousands difference, but I don't think I've ever seen the same. That was really cool for Eddie and Grant. And man, I am just excited for these late models. My favorite one to admin and to watch. I can't stand to drive them, but I love to watch good guys run in them. And it's gonna be a heck of a show to finish off tonight.
Yeah, man. What a mid-season treat for Outlaw Racing League. First season in existence. Man, what a heck of a show the boys from Outlaw Racing League put on. And if you're out there and you ever get an invite to join the Outlaw Racing League, do not hesitate to join. This is a lot of fun. Clayton, we will take a quick break, my friend, and when we come back, we will be with those pro late models that you talked about. And ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back, and every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose. soldiers say.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses. So.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins and then I'll have you walk him forward. It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well. They can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're going to go through the blue barrels and you can weave through them and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we could grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property that, you know, we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people.
Obstacles. I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people would have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States.
No. You're Jordan. Oh, God dang it. I didn't want to do
You
that.
mean Jaden?
Hold on. Hold that.
Mission 22 was founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are qualifying in the pro late models. Out on track, Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21 machine, giving it a go. Billy Roberts out on track in the 99 machine. Billy Roberts trying to qualify at the top of the board. Chris Cox in the 515. We all have seen Chris Cox in a late model. The driver out of Des Moines, Iowa can get it done. Ryan Stillwell in the 09. It is Chris Cox at the top of the board, 12.354. Billy Roberts P2, 12.442. Let's see if Ryan Stillwell has anything for the drivers at the front of the field. 09 running the bottom all night. Looks like he has chosen the higher line in the pro late models. Fourth quick for Stillwell. Anthony Vitale Jr. shuts it down P5. Grant Wesley in the 88. That's the other animal racing driver. He's going to the bottom where his teammate was up high. Chris Cox to the top of the board. Here comes the 88. He's coming off a turn 4. Grant Wesley 12.389. Will he get his third pole of the night? Driver out of Evansville, Indiana, shuts it down. P2 can't quite get it done. 57 car, that is Scott Scheuer. In the 57, he is coming to the flag stand. He is the last car to qualify. So he was off the throttle quite a bit there in 1 and 2. Fourth quick, 12.468 on his first lap. Here we go, coming off a turn 4. Fourth quick, shuts it down, 12.519, not as good on his second lap. Chris Cox will take your Tight Lines Apparel quick time. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use Sim Racer Ship for free shipping on your order. That's Sim Racing Ship for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram and get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. Here we go. Heat 1 is on the grid. Chris Cox, Billy Roberts on that front row. Michael Vitale, Ryan Stillwell in row 2. Anthony Vitale Jr. will be at the tail end of row number 3. Here we go. Pace truck is off. Chris Cox at the front of the field. He selects the outside of Billy Roberts in the 99 machine. Great start by Cox on the outside. Cox can wheel a late model. Oh, somebody. Holy smokes. Ryan Stillwell. He is flipped over on his lid. See if we can't get a look. I'm looking for my right view. There it is. Billy Roberts taps the 09, and the 213 finishes off the deal into the outside fence. Upside down goes Animal Racing's Ryan Stillwell. We'll see if the 09 can get repaired without going a lap down. He was stuck into that outside fence. Stillwell will make it out of the pits here. Chris Cox, Vitaly Jr., Billy Roberts, Michael Vitaly, Ryan Stillwell asking for an EOL. Says that car is a little bit damaged. Car looks okay from my point of view. We'll take an EOL. Chris Cox up front. Here we go. Chris Cox pulls out a big lead over the 21 of Michael Vitaly Jr. as Billy Roberts stays up on the high side. Going to try a crossover move. That's dangerous right there. The two go side by side. Vitaly Jr. into the outside wall. The Vitaly brothers get into it once again. Let's take a look as the 213. There's the 99. Let's look at this. There we go. '99 makes a little bit of no, they don't. The 21 just gets some bite late into the outside wall. So, Heat 1. We're only on lap 3. We've had 2 cautions so far. Yeah, man. In my personal opinion, one of the most fun cars to drive. But that's just my personal preference. Right behind the midgets. That tells you what kind of weirdo I am. Chris Cox at the front of the field. Green flag comes out. Chris Cox with the lead over Billy Roberts. Michael Vitaly is going to battle out side by side with Stillwell. Stillwell was worried about damage on that machine as that car pushes off of turn 4 quite a bit. Can't get it to rotate. Yes, indeed. 99 car to the point. Chris Cox in P2. Michael Vitale in P3. As always, like to thank Michael for his service to our nation in the United States Air Force as a power production specialist. Michael, thank you for your service to your country, my friend. Ryan Stillwell in P4 in the 9 car. And Anthony Vitale, that thing has to be running like a parachute's tied to it. One lap to go. Billy Roberts coming off of turn 4 for the victory. It will be Roberts, Cox, Vitale, Stillwell, and Anthony Vitale still down there trying to drag that parachute through the air. That thing's got to be pushing like a dump truck. Grant Wesley, Scott Scheuer on the front row of heat number 2. Jake Henry will begin on the inside of Eddie Neal. Grant Wesley will get his choice of inside or outside as your pole sitter. I did not hear where he's starting. Where's he starting? 88 car to the outside of the 57. Both of us were kind of surprised when he took the inside in the big block modifieds. Not this time around. Going for a hat trick on podiums in the 88 machine. Great restart by Wesley. As you can see, the track is already starting to wear as Jake Henry gets a little bit loose. Grant Wesley at the front of the field, followed by Scott Scheuer. Eddie Neal in P3. Now him and Jake Henry are going to go at it a little bit. Yeah, man, I can tell you in the limited late models, that bottom early is a place to be. A lot less horsepower than the pro late models, of course, as these guys are wheeling it around the high side. Right up on the cushion is Grant Wesley. Let's go on board. Let's look at that right rear of Wesley. See how close he's getting to the cushion. Sure as I said that, he goes down to the bottom. That is the 57 of Scott Scheuer right behind him. This time, Wesley stays to that outside, and he gaps the 57 a little bit. That bottom did not agree with the 88, Clayton. Yeah, I'm racing for second, my brother. Wesley Scheuer Neal Henry. With that, we'll take a quick break and we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle. as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We're getting prepared for the third 50-lap feature of the night in the Pro Late Models. We'll see how the field grids up. As soon as my grid works, Scott Scheuer, Chris Cox on the front row. Grant Wesley, Billy Roberts in row 2, Michael Vitale, Eddie Neal in row number 3, Ryan Stillwell, Jake Henry in row number 4. Anthony Vitale Jr. will round out your field of 9 drivers. Tonight's Pro Late Models brought to you by Vitale Motorsports. Clayton, about 6 years ago, I had a job offer in Kokomo, Indiana to do contracting at the Air Reserve Base. And, man, I got to tell you, this time of year, I bet it's not very pleasant to be there, as that's what steered us away. My wife is from Indiana originally. Northern Indiana, not the place for a California kid. As we go green, 57 car of Scott Scheuer takes over the lead. Grant Wesley's going to dig the bottom. Scheuer and Chris Cox are going to battle it out. We'll go on board with the 515 as he tries to close in on Scheuer. Would be great to see Scheuer in the 57 have a great run tonight. Looks like so far he started off, gets into that outside wall a little bit. Oh, Chris Cox cuts down Scheuer into the outside wall. Give the lead to the 515 of Chris Cox. Scheuer's going to battle back on the outside of the 88. That's Grant Wesley. Billy Roberts down on the inside in the 99 for P4. Chris Cox with a commanding lead over the field. Scheuer in P2, almost a second down. Grant Wesley P3. Billy Roberts getting it done in the 99 MP4, followed by Eddie Neal, who is battling it out with the 213 of Michael Vitale for P number 5. Ryan Stillwell in the 09. Guess where he's running? Yes, sir, down low for the 09. Animal Racing's Ryan Stillwell. Jake Henry on the outside. Anthony Vitale Jr. is in P number 9. Running on the high side. Up front, Chris Cox. He might not look back, although I think the 57 is closing that gap, as is Grant Wesley. Good space between your top 3, Clayton. Oh, just over rotates in between 1 and 2. into the outside wall, and around he goes. Well, he saved it there for a minute. Now around he goes. Chris Cox at the front of the field, followed by Scheuer, Wesley, Billy Roberts, Eddie Neal, Vitale, Stillwell. Here we go. Cox takes the outside. I think Cox is going to be hard to beat in a pro late model. Scott, go ahead. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Friday night. Clayton, thank you for joining me in the booth. This will be our first night in Friday Night Lights to run pro late models. So looking forward to that. We'll see how that plays out. Hopefully it doesn't lead to some long nights, but it may early. Chris Cox, Scheuer, Wesley, Billy Roberts in P4. This is where the action's at. Eddie Neal, Ryan Stillwell running the bottom. Grant Wesley in the 88, Stillwell's teammate. You saw him just go by the camera as Eddie Neal, Billy Roberts, and Stillwell battle it out. Guess where Stillwell's running, Clayton? On the bottom, the driver out of Kansas, running the bottom here at Kokomo. It has worked well for him so far tonight. Your top three pretty spread out. Looks like Wesley moved about a half car length down lower in turn 3 and 4. Still running the high side in 1 and 2. See if he can't find a different lane. Caution comes back out. Anthony Vitale Jr. involved once again. '21 car slides high to the outside. All is okay there. Gets into the 213, his brother once again. Those two can't get away from each other. The 213 and the 21, the Vitale boys. Once again, make contact. And the 21 car done for the night. That's 2 EOLs in one race. He will park his pro late model for the night. Rough night for Anthony Vitale Jr. Yeah, they do indeed. Chris Cox with a great restart on lap 18 of 25. Grant Wesley changes it up. He goes down low. Ryan Stillwell, his teammate, he's going to change it up. He's going to go up high. The two Animal Racing drivers are going to go side by side. Indiana driver on the inside, Kansas driver on the outside. It will be Grant Wesley that holds on to P3 momentarily as Wesley gets back to the high side. Up front, Chris Cox holding off Scott Scheuer. Let's go on board with Scheuer. See what it looks like in a pro late model here at Kokomo. You can hear him working the throttle inside that 57 machine. He switches it up a little bit, going down low in 3 and 4. There's a look back at the 88. That is Grant Wesley in P3. Top three spread out nicely. Grant Wesley, Ryan Stillwell, the 09. He has separated himself from Eddie Neal a little bit, staying down on that bottom side. We do have about half a race to go. Cross flags coming up in 2 laps. Chris Cox does not make many mistakes. However, we have seen it. Chris Cox, Scheuer, Wesley, Stillwell, Eddie Neal. Excuse me, Eddie Neal is your top 5. Seems like the older I get, the longer illnesses last. Not sure what's going on here. Chris Cox at the front of the field. 57 took a peek down low. He's going to give that position to the 88. Now Grant Wesley moves up to P2. Stillwell looked down low momentarily. Stillwell still running about a car width lower than your top 2 and losing ground. Now Chris Cox goes down lower. To the point. Yes, sir. Grant Wesley takes over the lead from Chris Cox. Will he check out? Will Chris Cox into the outside wall for the 515? Scott Scheuer in the 57 in P3. Ryan Stillwell still on the bottom in P4. Eddie Neal P5 on lap 32 of 50. Will Wesley check out on the field? It looks like he is increasing that lead. We do have lap traffic coming up. Grant Wesley at the front of the field. He moves up 2 from his starting position. He's starting to put the top 2 are actually starting to put a little bit of gap between themselves and Scheuer. Ryan Stillwell continues to run the bottom. Eddie Neal, Billy Roberts in the 99. Roberts running the bottom. Michael Vitale running the bottom. Jake Henry. Whoa. It's a little bit loose there. Yes, sir. Grant Wesley holds on to the lead, gets by the 213, puts Michael Vitale a lap down. Scott Scheuer now has Vitale Chris Cox has Vitale to deal with in that 515 car. He'll get by the 213. Grant Wesley now stretching his legs in the 88. He's opened up over a second gap between himself and Chris Cox on lap 42 of 50. Scott Scheuer in P3. Ryan Stillwell fading late down low. Eddie Neal in the 318. He has moved up high. Billy Roberts running the bottom. As Grant Wesley pulls up on the rear bumper here very shortly of the 99 on lap 44 of 50. You know, Clayton, as bad as I felt Saturday morning, it did not stop me from getting that dwarf car in a trailer and a 2-hour drive to Petaluma for the wrap. Man, we are looking so forward to that. As a prior driver yourself, I'm sure you can understand that excitement. Man, I can't wait to get that journey underway. Yeah, man. I'm learning stuff I'd never even dreamed about. I didn't ever heard of a crash pad. You ever heard of a crash pad? So a crash pad is supposedly a 3-inch piece of memory foam-ish that you put in the bottom of your seat, as dwarf cars love to end up on their lids. So had to get one of those today and got our Simpson harness in. As Grant Wesley coming to the checkered flag, 88 for the victory. Chris Cox in P2. Scott Scheuer will secure a podium finish. Didn't mean to get off topic there, Clayton. My apologies. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the Pro Late Models, the 88 car. That is Grant Wesley, the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Will take the victory in the Pro Late Models, followed by Chris Cox. I wasn't sure that was going to happen there, Clayton. I wasn't sure the 88 was going to clear the 515. Chris Cox can be a hard character to deal with once he gets in the lead, but we see the 88 going up on the podium. Great run, and we will get a word with your top three here momentarily. And hopefully you can find Scott Scheuer. See Chris Cox in the booth. Great run by the 57 car of Scott Scheuer. He did start at the front of the field, but the 57 car is not sure if this is his first podium or not. It's great to see the 57 end up on a podium tonight. There is Chris Cox and Grant Wesley just looking for Scott Scheuer. There he is. Clayton, you tracked down Scott Scheuer?
Kind of losing it there a little bit, but I didn't have nothing for him.
Yeah, man, what a great race for you tonight. Again, another a podium finish for you, moving up some good points. Who do you got to thank on that 57 machine for tonight's podium finish?
Animal racing, first of all, Stars Motorsports, Grant Wesley, Ron Stillwell, and guys at Animal Racing. I appreciate that. And got your 6 here. You guys do a great job, and of course this league. I appreciate everything y'all do, and enjoy racing here.
Absolutely, man. Congrats on a podium finish tonight.
Thank you.
The 515 of Chris Cox starts second, finishes second. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, I had you for first. I had you. I was telling Clayton on the broadcast, 515 does not make mistakes, man. How'd the 88 get by you?
Well, I started searching because I knew that top was starting to go away, and I actually thought it was gone. And by the time he blew past me, but then he stayed up there for maybe 3 more laps, and I followed in behind him. And then I definitely knew it was gone when I watched him start dropping lower, and I thought it was just my setup, but otherwise, yeah, it's just the top just going away really quick and doing what you can with the setup you got.
Yeah, man, good practice in a Pro Late Model for a race coming up here. Great run by you, man. So was your setup a long run or short run setup?
Most of my setups are long run setups. I kind of just tweak for the slick, so. But I ended up just not having the right gear and to go to be able to towards when the top slicked off. I just didn't have the gear to get through the middle, so.
So you make your own setups?
I used the SSR base setup and then tweaked from there. But otherwise, I usually do my own setups.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. SSR, I used their setups early. Tommy Brandon, a great friend. He lives about 20 minutes from me. He is the owner-operator of SSR. Matter of fact, if you watch the videos, we do have Tommy Brandon in my sim rig. So great dude. SSR is a good place to start for sure. So What'd you need to get by him?
Probably the right gear and maybe a little more left rear bite. Maybe to stiffen maybe just take some stagger out. Maybe just make it tight for the top and make it so I could just hang on the top, or just make it so I could go to the bottom. But otherwise, it was just stuff that I would have had to tweak so much that probably in the beginning of the race I probably would have dropped to the back.
Man, I wish right now that I knew that was totally German to me, what you just said. I'm going to have to know all that stuff, but man, that was way over my head. Great run by the 515. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank Cox Gaming, Outlaw Racing for putting this on, Clayton for adminning it, you for streaming it, GY6 for all your stuff you do. The guys coming out and racing every Tuesday. For keeping it, like to thank everybody for keeping it clean as we can, good hard racing. And that's basically it.
All right, man. Congratulations on your podium finish, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Bring up tonight's winner, Grant Wesley. Clayton in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Man, it almost seems like a half hour ago we were planning our next date, and here we are. Back at it, man. Another great run by that 88. Picking up some spots, running where, honestly, I was expecting the bottom to work in again. A lot like we've seen in the last two tonight here at Kokomo, but you had that late model wound up top, man. That did what did you exactly see out of Chris Cox that you kind of thought you were going to be able to get around him, because you made it look so easy?
Yeah, I just took advantage of a situation there. In 3 and 4, the top side was getting pretty thin, just like in the big block race. Chris was starting to struggle a little bit, and he wisely kind of moved down a little bit. And I thought maybe I could just run the top side a couple more laps and take advantage, and try to get it, that position in 1 and 2 and take over that top spot. And it worked. Worked really good. And then as you've seen, it wasn't too many laps after that. I was moving down in 3 and 4 because that top side was just so treacherous. But yeah, that bottom, and talking to my teammates, Ryan, he devoted himself all night long trying to run that bottom in, because he's so good around the bottom around this place. And I feel like at the end of that race, if we would have had a green white checkered, he probably would have been really strong. He was telling me his lap times, and I think they were pretty close to what I was doing around the top.
Absolutely, man. Well, another great win for the 88. Who do you got to thank on that car tonight for another win?
Yeah, just I'd like to thank you, Clayton, Joe, everything you guys do. It's really appreciated. A&J Landscaping, Gears Unlimited, Vitali Motorsports, and Tight Lines Apparel. Thanks, you guys, for your support. I'd like to thank my teammates at Animal Racing, my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend, Brittany.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on yet another win. I'm going to see that name jump up. Yeah, you will more than likely become a new points leader in the league. So congratulations with Logan Herbert not running this week. Congrats to you. I'm going to get to work on that after this. If it's not one thing, it's another with me. You know that. So congrats to you, man. Hope you can hold that point lead, and we will maybe see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, really unfortunate what happened there with Logan. Really wish he could be out here running with us. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff to maybe take over that points lead.
Yes, sir. Congratulations again, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Clayton, that's week 7 in the book. Short track racing at Kokomo. I enjoyed it, man. That was a lot of fun. I was expecting a lot more of 2-wide racing. Not sure we got the full effect of Kokomo, but it looks like the top side was the way to go tonight, man. Super exciting. What are your last thoughts, my brother?
And just another. They proved me wrong almost all night long. I said it was going to be top, and those guys worked in that bottom so well. And just watching, for the most part, clean racing tonight, like we love to see here in the league, and just want to, keep on building it, man. Anybody else out there that's interested, There's so many ways. You find us on Facebook, Outlaw Racing League. You can message me privately, Clayton Hack, on Facebook, Instagram. It's just hope to keep on building it up. And we love it here. We love doing what we do, and just keep on going up from here.
Yeah, man, those numbers are going to be there before you know it. Trust me. Another great night at Outlaw Racing League. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. None of this is possible without viewers. Especially, also, none of this is possible without sponsors. Please visit the sponsors out there. Let them know you heard about them on the broadcast here at Outlaw Racing League. Greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the Spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.